I know at some point we have all hated on people that are wealthier than ours. And we have thrown names to them. How did they do it? And my good friend, who's been a great teacher to me, his name is Robert Kiyosaki, he says, the easiest way for anybody to be a millionaire is for you to just get married to one. And I was like, that makes sense. But today we're not talking about marrying any millionaires. We want to talk about how best we can unlock wealth through property, specifically for your retirement. Retirement is around the corner for many of us. We are in our 40s and we are saying, how best can we do this? Today is Monday. We're always talking about intriguing each other, and the idea is so that I come out, I do a little bit of research, and for 10 minutes I come out and I tell you what was my thinking and based on the research, and you can then also in the comments challenge me, and we both now challenging each other, and basically we call that iron sharpening iron right here at the TJ Tribe. It is a fact, my good friends, that you have no money. I also come from that same background with no money at all. There was no money. Actually, many of you are probably in a good space because you have parents that were there for you. I didn't have parents. Like, both my parents were not there. My mom dumped me, and then my father ran away and he never came back. And some good people actually raised me up to where I am today, and those I've been calling father and mother. But the bottom line is that they took me through the same education system that you also went into, where we were being prepared to be employees, which is a very deadly position. However, it's a good position for many. You can see today I'm being a yin-yang, right? I just want you to understand that wherever you are today, there is nothing bad with that, but we have to be making better decisions as people. So here is the thing. Today, you're an employee. Wherever you are right now and you're making some good money, and you might be a young manager somewhere and you are feeling yourself because you're driving the latest car, you got a beautiful wife, or you just married to that guy, who looks after you and your kids are doing well in later primary and in high school, and you're like, this is it. And you guys are staying in a townhouse somewhere, or potentially maybe in the Babs somewhere, right? And you have arrived, and you haven't even started thinking about retirement. The reality is that you're looking after your parents at the moment. They cannot look after themselves, and for that reason, my good friends, we could be falling in the same trap. It's different if you are chipping in and they can afford to pay for their lifestyle. That's different. But if you are paying for majority of the stuff together with your brothers and sisters, and you even have to fight, actually, for what they are supposed to be paying, this is your brothers and sisters, then you are in trouble for setting up your own retirement, because you are repeating the same cycle that they were in, and we are not making changes. Here at the TJ Tribe, we want to ask ourselves the difficult questions, even if we do not have the answers, but we want to have these conversations so that we can be a better people. Now, here's the thing. The reality is that today you own a house. You went to FNB and ABSA, whatever bank it is, they gave you a bond and you're paying off your bond. And it's a beautiful house, and you have changed the curtains, the kitchen, and all the works, right? And you're going to own this house come 20 years time, right? And you've already tested the feeling of ownership. So I want to speak to that today, this thing of ownership. Now imagine if we were to buy a second property, and I'm not talking here whether this property is cash flowing, which means that it's giving you profit on a monthly basis. I'm just talking about, how about we buy a second property, or maybe let's say you've got 2 kids, né? How about you buy a property for each of your kids, and then you get a tenant. This tenant, for this lifetime of the next 20 years, they are paying off this bond for you. Obviously, there's many challenges along the way. There's going to be the body corporate issues. There's going to be a tenant that's not going to pay. Full works. It happens, right?
If you're in property investment, at some point or the other, you have had to evict someone. And I know, my friends, it is a painful exercise. But I'm here to tell you that for the last couple of years, I've been using a company that is called Expello. Expello, basically what they do is that you pay them a monthly fee, and over and above that, whenever you get a delinquent tenant, they will come and evict that individual free of charge, because obviously you've been paying, right? And over and above that, you don't have to do anything. But guess what? I have managed to organize a good price for you. And the link here that you're seeing, which is called expello.link./TJ Tribe, gets you a great discount from Expello. So, my friends, don't be caught with your pants down on your tenant. Just Expello them with Expello. It is TJ. Let's go back to the video.
But let's look at the bright side. You got an asset today that you are already on today, right? And we're saying, how best can we replicate that with a second one, or maybe two for your two kids, one each, right? And we are looking at a horizon of 20 years to come. Now, before we jump on there, I just want you to double check. If you've been staying on your property for, let's say, 5 years, 10 years, how much did you buy the property for? How can you check this? Call your nearest estate agent. Rawson, Palm Golden, you know them. EXP, you know them, right? You see the boards in the streets, right? Just call them and ask them, I am considering to sell my property. How much is my property today? Check how much you bought it for and the value today. And you've been reaping the benefits of staying on that property. So bingo, the difference of how much it's worth and versus how much you bought, this is how rich you are. Okay, it might be 500, it might be a million, but that's how rich you are today. Now, if we had applied the same thinking or the same actions where you went to buy a property for your child, or just a second property, or a property for one of your kids, the reality is that the same property, the same application would have made sense, right? Correct? Yes, right? Confirm with me in the comments if that's my thinking is right. So which basically means that 20 years from now, a couple of things is going to happen. The first one is that the property is going to be paid out, right? So which means that you own the property outright. Now this is your primary property that you and your bae are staying in. And then the other ones is the one for each of your kids. So now it's their own cash. Now, my good friends, of late, I've been buying real estate properties from two people that are heavily retired in their 70s and 80s, and they are just selling off. I look at some of these properties, I see they bought them for like 100,000, like 200,000 back in the days. And these properties are worth 2 million, 1.3. I'm like, wow, now what are they going to do with this money? Well, they have just unlocked wealth. They have just unlocked wealth. Now they are selling in their late age of their retirement, and they can do whatever that they want to do with their money. I don't know. And I am bringing you into the same circle and say, my good friends, here is people that have done it beforehand. And actually, I just want to say this, predominantly more of the ones that I'm buying from are white folks, right? So as people of color, can we also do this now and stop being in the queue for the SASA and stop wanting to be leeching off our kids later on in life? And can we make the rightful decisions today and just buy one property? I'm not saying let's do it a business. I'm just saying let's just buy one property, right? Not the one that you're staying in. If you're staying in that one and you're comfortable there, that's okay too. But a second one is a kicker, because that's like really using other people's money, and that gives you more money. Someone is paying off your debt, right? So number one, someone else is paying off your debt. Number two, the asset will belong to you. Three, it will appreciate over a long period of time, which will mean that the value that you're buying it today, you are going to be extrapolating you are going to be making more money out of this property much later, 20, 30 years from now. And if it is cash flowing, you are making moolah today, more money for your buck, right? So why wouldn't you want to do this? Or why wouldn't you want to make this a small business? Yeah, why not? I'm just asking the questions here. Like, I just want us to learn better. I just want us to be better people. I just want us to be having a better lifestyle that we can have today, and tomorrow it's also still amazing. But if you're saying, TJ, I don't know how to do this, how best can I do that? Jump onto our website, book a slot with me. I'll be able to share with you many of the programs that we've got that can help you to live from, and you can start this for yourself, right? And you can start to make money. There's many of people here at the TJ Tribe. You have seen many of people that are doing it. So what's the difference with you? There's no difference. There is no difference at all. Let's just make better decision. It is I, TJ. I'll check you out on the next video.